I remember before elections, when it was during election campaign days, Mr. Fikile Mbalula was one of those politicians or one of those people who used to be arrogant and believe that the ANC will win and will get majority. He used to be so arrogant and used to insult Julius Malema and the EFF by calling Julius Malema a flip-flopper. So most people like to use that term because they heard it from somewhere. They heard someone call Julius Malema flip-flopper and they go with it. They don't even know what it means. So to everyone who doesn't know what flip-flopper means means a person who out of a sudden changes his opinions, changes his belief system, changes his policy, just like that, out of nowhere. That's a flip-flopper because it doesn't stand for anything. So today I have a clip of Mr. Fikile Mbalula expressing why he believes Julius Malema is a flip-flopper. I want you guys to watch this. I'll share my thoughts afterwards.
And he changes his rhythm depending. If the big issue today is about the load shedding, Julius will be on TV calling for you to shut down. That's the revolution he's leading. And there are people who follow him in that regard. So we can go to town about it. There's no principle, there's no backbone, nothing. At least in life and in politics, you must be known for having stood for something. They attack him about foreigners, he changes, he's on the other side. He's no longer very vehement on the foreigners issue like he used to as a matter of principle. Changes depending on what happens. So you tell me that those are the people who are going to come and win overwhelmingly. The biggest loss of the ANC, it will mean that our people do not come out and vote in their numbers. If they don't come out, we'll lose. Even in the election where we garnered close to 8 million votes within a month, they could not obliterate the ANC. Our people still came out in their numbers and vote. In fact, the DA dropped. The biggest hung municipalities in this country are in the Western Cape.
You just watched him expressing the fact. It was during that time before elections when he used to be so arrogant and so egotistical and believing that the ANC will win elections. So he believed Julius Malema is a flip-flopper because he made an example of saying that Julius Malema was one of the guys who was defending the stance of defending foreigners from being attacked by xenophobes, being attacked by Mr. Abahambe and Mr. Foreigners Must Go, Mashaba. So he was one of the guys who were, so this guy Fikile Mbalula is claiming that the EFF, after being attacked so much, they ended up switching their stance and supporting foreigners and not supporting foreigners. That's not true. The EFF has never changed their stance on foreigners. They've always supported foreigners. And even after elections, when they have lost elections, they still came out there and saying, if this stance is the one that made us lose elections, then so be it. But we're not changing this stance. I don't think the EFF has ever changed, or Julius Malema has ever changed the stance of supporting foreigners. You are lying, Mr. Fikile Mbalula. So, and you're saying it doesn't have a backbone. Julius Malema is one of the politicians who has a backbone because he can stand for his own. He can defend himself. He can speak for himself, you know. And he doesn't have to lie to people. He can say the truth how it is, whether people like him or not. So how much backbone can you have for you to have that? You must have such balls for you to be such a person who is willing to risk it all to tell the truth. You, Mr. Fikile Mbalula, once lied and said you are going to create 2 million jobs for people who live in Alexander. Those people are still waiting for those jobs. So you are the biggest flip-flopper, Mr. Fikile Mbalula. Mr. Fikile Mbalula is the biggest flip-flopper because he's in government and has been promising the people of South Africa, the youth of South Africa, so much. But his government hasn't produced anything for people to be proud that this is what the ANC has done. 350. What is 350? 350, you can't even buy this new electricity that has been increased with a 200 bill. Like, what are you saying? You are the biggest flip-flopper. Julius Malema is not a flip-flopper. And he has a backbone because he can stand for his own. He can defend his own people. He doesn't allow to be pushed around by white people. You get pushed around by Helen Zille and the DA and other white people who are holding your balls like this. So who is the biggest flip-flopper, Mr. Fikile Mbalula? Who is it? It seems like it's you. Your own person who you are now jealous of, Mr. Panyaza, who was wearing a t-shirt addressing you. You are claiming Julius Malema is the biggest flip-flopper. Even your own people who live in Mr. Panyaza himself knows you are the biggest flip-flopper. And now you, Yazin, thank you very much.